Yeah, here we are with John Chow. Thanks so much for being here today, John. How's everything going with you?
I'm going good. How are you?
Excellent, everything's great. So before we get started, why don't you give us a quick 30-second elevator pitch of what you do?
All right. Basically, I run johnchow.com. That is a blog that talks about the digital lifestyle, how to leverage the internet so you can live a lifestyle where you have time freedom, money freedom, and location freedom. The system makes the money, so you don't have to.
Excellent. So you're well known as a blogger, but in the beginning, you were really just blogging to put content out there.
Yes.
Then you got into the world of affiliate marketing, and now you're making over six figures a month, sometimes even more. So why don't you tell us how that transition actually happened?
Well, you're right. I started as a blogger, just creating, updating friends and family, so what's happening in my life at johnchow.com. And along the way, one of the things I talk about on my blog was how I made income with my main site, which are technology content site that uses advertising to create the income. And it was those blog posts that actually built up my readership. And so eventually, as the blog got bigger, people started asking me, how do you make money with a blog? And so what I did was I did a case study to show that you can monetize a blog. And I monetized my blog from zero to $40,000 a month in 2 years. And how I became an affiliate was, well, when I first started monetizing a blog, I did monetize it the way every other blogger monetizes it, and that's with just Google ads and advertising. Advertising, very common business model. But as more and more competition started coming in and the amount of inventory, ad inventory started increasing, I found that my ad rate started going down. My income wasn't going up at the same level as my traffic because of the low ad rate and the amount of inventory and not all the inventory being sold. So I started looking at other ways of making money, and that's how I discovered affiliate marketing. And it's almost kind of by accident. What I noticed when I was looking at those Google ads, and at first I always thought that it was just the advertiser like Amazon that actually buying the ads. But then as I examined it closely, I found that it wasn't really Amazon that was actually buying the ad. It was an affiliate of Amazon that was buying the ads and then sending the traffic to Amazon. And so the affiliate was basically paying me a low enough rate that even though his commission from Amazon is actually greater than what he pays me. So that's when I discovered, wait a minute, if he's doing that, why don't I just cut him out? I'll become the affiliate myself. Right? So instead of having the ads by an affiliate put Amazon on my site, I became the affiliate put Amazon ad directly on my site, and I found out my income suddenly just doubled. And as we went along the way, I discovered that the progression is like, well, my advertiser, who's paying me X amount or whatever, he obviously had to make money doing this, otherwise he wouldn't pay me. So then I started looking at what my advertisers were selling, and I started to realize that some of their products that I could do this, I could create the same product. So suddenly, instead of allowing the advertiser to sell products on my blog, I became the advertiser, so to speak, and I started selling my own product. So it was progression. We started out by saying, I make money by selling advertising. I make this much, and then by becoming an affiliate, it increased that much. But then by becoming actually the product creator, it became the most amount. So it's just, and so now today, I push my own product. I sell high-end product, and so my traffic hasn't gone up that much greater than what it used to be. The secret was, instead of making like when I was just running Google ads, I get paid one time for one click, and then the person who clicked it end up as the advertiser's customer, and I never see that person again. Now the business model is I try to capture the click for myself, and then I try to sell them my product and additional products. That's why I keep the customer, so instead of making 25 cents when a reader clicks on my blogs and they never see my reader again, I now have potential to make thousands of dollars off that same reader. Right? And then that's where the real money is, basically increasing the amount of money you make for each reader rather than just trying to make a quick 25 cents on a reader.
Nice. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. But still, so many people are going through the process of creating a blog and thinking if they just push content out there that they're going to start making money. Why do you think your blog has been so successful when so many others continue to see failure?
Yeah, I think probably the main reason for that is a lot of new bloggers, they get into the business because they're getting it for the wrong reason. They see you, they see me, they see other bloggers making good money at this, so they getting into I want to make money, so I'm going to start a blog just like Zach and just like John and just like all those other professional bloggers, and they feel all they have to do is just create content, and then the money will come flooding in. It's like that movie Field of Dreams, with a baseball player. If you build it, they will come. Right? Well, that kind of stuff only works in the movies. So yeah. And so I think that one of the reasons that I'm successful at this is because I'm not really a blogger, so to speak. I'm an internet marketer who happens to blog. Right? So, and too many people are bloggers, but they don't understand that just creating content is not enough. You got to be able to market the content. So it's a two-part formula. You can create all the content, and there are lots of people who are way better writers than I am, who they create much better content, but they don't get the traffic simply because they're writers and they're actually not marketers. I mean, writing it is the first part of the formula. You got to promote it, and I spend like half my time. Actually, I spend actually less time creating content than I spend promoting my content. So I think that's the biggest reason. And the second reason is that I feel that a lot of bloggers getting they choose a topic that they're not passionate about. They choose it because it's the money making topic. They think this is what I can make money with. This is the high paying niche. So that's what I'm going to blog about. But they're not an authority. They really don't know much about it. They're not passionate about it. And this is a long-term venture. It's not a overnight get rich quick kind of thing. And like I said, first 8 months of my blog's life, I made zero. There was no money in it, but yet I was doing like 2 blog posts every single day. And if you're not passionate about it, you're not interested in that kind of topic, you're not going to be able to stick around that long making no money. So why most bloggers fail? They pick a topic they're not passionate about, and as a result, they can't keep it up long enough to build a readership base that will sustain the business. But those are the top 2 reasons, I believe.
Yeah, and that makes perfect sense. And something you talked about earlier was how your traffic kind of stays the same, but you're actually making more money than ever before. And for a while, your site was actually banned from the search engines,
yes.
And you weren't even getting a lot of traffic. So why don't you talk about how you've been able to withstand and actually adapt with the times, how you now use social media and a mailing list and gain new audiences all the time without relying on just SEO?
Yeah, a lot of people don't know this, but many years ago, I was banned. I was nuked from Google search results. Like I did, as part of my marketing, I was experimenting with various things. Some of them were pretty much on the edge of, well, they're black hat, basically. And as a result, Google decided to punish me by removing me from their entire search engine. So when you search for John Chow, you actually got John Cow instead of me. So I was not to be seen anywhere. So a lot of people thought that it was over for me without Google traffic. I'll never be able to survive this. And the reason I did survive mostly was because what we talked before about keeping a customer for ourselves, building my own list, and that was the reason I survived it. I started a list, getting people to opt into my site. So instead of having someone come to my blog and have them click an ad and leave and never see them again, when they come to my blog, I asked them to subscribe. I asked them to like me on Facebook, hey, like me on Twitter. So some way I could contact them again. And my biggest thing was I asked them, hey, subscribe to my email list and get updates. And if you do, here's a free ebook. I gave them an incentive to subscribe. So I built up this list of customers. So when Google did nuke me, instead of having no more traffic, I had this list of customers a list of readers that I can actually contact and keep in touch with, and that's how I was able to grow, and that's how I was able to sustain my income until Google let me back in the good graces and put me back on the list. So if there's only one mistake actually I think I made when I first started was I did not start my email list from day one. Because JohnChow.com was a personal blog and wasn't designed to make any money, I didn't start the list until like almost a year down the road. And if I started from day one, today the list would be twice the size it is, and conversely, my income would be twice as big. So, if for any blog or any internet market out there, basically start your list from day one is my number one advice. And at the same time you start a blog, start the list and start capturing those email. And do not monetize your blog in the beginning. I always find that's kind of counterintuitive. The first 8 months of my blog life, I made zero. but because I wasn't trying to monetize, I was just trying to build a readership base. When you're first starting out, you just want to build a readership. And when you look at it, when you're putting advertising on your website, it's kind of counterproductive because you're spending all this time and effort and all this marketing trying to get people to come to your site. And then you have this ad screaming, click me, click me, click me. And when they click it, they leave your site, right? So you want them to stay at your site, you want them to subscribe to your site, and you want them to engage them. So don't try to monetize your site from the beginning. Just capture the lead. You want to monetize from the get-go. Monetize it from the back end. Like once you capture the lead, you create an email funnel, an email autoresponder. You can email them, and you can monetize the follow-up. You can say, hey, I recommend this, but the new readers come to, but that you already captured that person, and therefore you don't. It's okay if he clicks on something because you have another way to contact them again. But I'm actually thinking about removing all advertising from my blog now. Yeah, because I find that these days the ads on my blog, and that's what most people see. They think that's where the money comes from, but the ad actually counts for right now less than 10% of the blog's total income. And I'm trying to run an experiment. What would happen to how much will my personal income increase if I remove that 10% of the ad that's sending to other advertisers?
Yeah, so, I'm sure it'll just keep increasing because it seems like every time you make a new change, you just keep doubling your money every.
Yeah, because that's another good point because I feel that a blog or a website or any kind of business venture is not a static thing. You always got to be constantly experimenting with and trying out new things. Like if you look at the way I started, the way I monetize now, it's a 180 shift. And the same thing with the blog. When the blog first started, it was on a free WordPress theme, and today it's custom made and everything. So don't think of it as like this one thing where we say, well, if you build it, they will come. No, if you build it, yeah, you got to continually building it and you got to continue to build and continue to adapt because new things will come down the pipe, and you got to make change and adapt to those changes.
Right, and it's been an awesome story, and we've known each other for so long, so it's been really cool to actually watch it turn into what it is today. So before we go, do you have any parting words of advice for people that want to make money with a blog or kind of getting discouraged at the moment?
Yeah, I do have one thing, and that is a lot of people, they have this end goal in mind. They say, like it's a journey. I want to get to the end because the end is where the rainbow is. The end is when the pot of gold is right there, and I'm going to tell you that when you finally get there, you're going to discover that it wasn't the pot of gold in the rainbow that was the thing that's really that drives you. It was actually your journey along the way to the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So on your road to .com success, I like to remind you to basically take time and enjoy the journey. Because when you finally get to the end, you're going to find that it was a journey that was really the fun experience along the way. So take time to smell the roses and enjoy this.
Nice. I really love that. So thanks for taking your time, and we're all going to check out your blog at johnchow.com.
All right, Zach. Thank you very much.